you're witnessing, you see the worst of people every single day. You see domestic abuse. You see a guy on meth that's trying to kill you. You see pimps, prostitutes. You see all sorts of unspeakable things on a regular basis. And I would imagine that's got to affect your mental health, particularly even if you were justified in killing a guy. That's something you have to carry with you for the rest of your life. Do police departments have enough mechanisms on the side to make sure that these guys are staying healthy mentally once they experience things like this?
It's getting better, but it has a long way to go. It's just a generational thing. When it came up through the 90s, everything was the suck it up mentality.
Yeah.
And one of the good things I think with the millennial generation, Gen Z, being raised on social media where you're expressing your views and how you feel and what have you, you're getting that out. And I think that's a good thing, to be emotional, to be mentally stable and have the confidence and the courage to say, yeah, I'm having a bad day. I need some help. That's a great thing. So that's not how we were raised in my generation. And that's, it's going to manifest itself in other ways with drinking or just destructive lifestyle. So, but as those generations are getting pushed out and the new generations are coming up, especially a lot of the guys that were in 20 years of combat, we saw what works and what doesn't work. There's more people out there looking. It's okay to get help. It's okay to sit down with a shrink. It's not looked down upon. It's looked as a strength now, and it's just a different way of tackling problems. Instead of sitting in a bar about it, let's have some coffee and have a conversation about it. Do it.
You were talking about making the police force elite. And if I'm looking at an elite employer, let's just say at Google, they have nice catered lunches. They have different areas to nap and relax. So if you were making the LAPD elite, I know we're talking about training and all of that too, but what would you add to, and this, let's just say you have an unlimited budget, what kind of things would you add to make it a more holistic, well-rounded experience for the officer?
It's funny you mentioned that they had the Powerball thing going on not that long ago, and I was telling my lieutenant my dream was if I ever had won the lotto or just came into an excess amount of money, I had a dream of making like my ultimate station house. And what that would consist of is having 24/7 in-house chef just making the best meals imaginable, all healthy.
Healthy, nutritious, wonderful.
Yeah, no garbage. Having the best gym with ice baths and saunas, and having an in-house psychiatrist there, where it's just then there all the time, and so it's someone that you just know, and you don't have that stigma of I got to sit on the couch with some weird person I don't know, and just having the ultimate pimped out, like the best, the paint on the wall, everything affects your work environment. When you're working in especially like a semi-permissive area, it just looks horrible. And then that translates to your attitude, the cars beat down, everything's a beat down. So you just start reflecting your environment. So if you have a really clean station house that's upkept, where, you could walk by and, with a white glove, and it just makes it, you're proud to work there. That's my dream. If I ever come into a amount of money, and then I'm gonna have I'll be the benevolent dictator of say who works there, who gets to come in and what have you. And I just want the perfect environment, because you're going to get the maximum effort from all your employees if they feel good, if they're sleeping well, they're eating well. Everything else translates to that. And
so if you were recruiting and you were treating it like an NFL franchise where you're trying to pick the best of the best, where are the pockets that you would be looking at to bring people on from?
Definitely people that have overcome resistance. So, like you said, elite athletes, people that did, that worked in the Peace Corps, that went abroad. People that have traveled, have seen different things. People that have really belonged to something that's greater than themselves, because they know the job is the purest form of protecting and helping people. So how did you demonstrate that in the past? Someone that just had a 4-year degree, it's like, great, okay, it's tough to get a degree, but that was more for you. Show me what you've done, and were you in the Peace Corps, or did you volunteer at the Salvation Army? Like, those are the people I really want.
Now, we're in a society where it would be, to me, to recruit someone from the Peace Corps, the Salvation Army, probably personality wise and even politically, they might be people that wouldn't normally join a police force,